What's up, everybody? This is Lenny Bo back at you with stuff I learned from YouTube. Today's episode, we're working on the 04 Coloado. If you all remember, I replaced the valve cover gasket on this thing not too long ago. Well, when I was doing it, I noticed that the timing chain was stretched pretty bad. So, now on these models right here, you gotta pull the engine, or you could probably do it in a vehicle, but then you'd have to pull the transmission because there's a chain in the back for the balance shaft. Now, I hear that a lot of people just go ahead and just do the front timing chain, and I don't want to do that, because if I put it all back together and it's still something happens, I don't want to go through all that. So my plan this evening is to go ahead and at least get everything unbolted. I'm going to go underneath it, get the transmission, the motor mounts, anything I can see from under there. And then after I do that, I can come back up here and get it off the jack stands, and that way, you know, it'll be on the ground when I go to pull it out. I still got to pull I'm going to go ahead and drop the AC out of it, set it off to the side as best I can. I don't know if I can get it, if I can pull it out. I think I can pull it out with that intake manifold still on it. So that'd be nice. I'll probably go ahead and unhook the heater hoses right there. I think that's, I think that's the way to do that. Kind of sucks that they got the AC line running all the way around and down like that. It makes it a pain in the butt. I'm not sure, but I may be able to leave the radiator in it. I'm scared to death to do it, but I mean, there's lots of room. I'm going to try anyway. That's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, I got to go out and let them dogs in. What do you guys think? I'll probably put you guys on pause for most of it until I get it ready to pull out. Then I'll go ahead and get you some action shots. I'll be checking back in with you though. I'll take you underneath and show you what I did. All right, hold what you got. What Chevrolet was thinking, I have no idea. That garbage they got over there makes it damn near impossible to pull the starter out of it. They have simply piled all the fuel lines, the dipstick, freaking the big wiring harnesses. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything's piled on the driver's side. Then you got the steering column, which in the last generation in the S10s, they did the same thing with the steering column. They put it right in front of the number 5 spark plug, which made it a super pain in the butt to change your plugs. And I got this damn German Shepherd over here trying to hump me. Damn thing. What's wrong with you, JR? You trying to hump your Uncle Leonard? Oh, are you embarrassed? He's embarrassed. Yeah, he's embarrassed. He thought it was going to be a clandestine relationship. Sorry, bud. Ratted you out. Alright. I'm going to put you guys on pause for a minute while I get my stuff together. I'll take you over there and show you my rat's nest. Oh, what you got? I promised you guys I'd show you this rat's nest over here. Oh, what you got? You got this little hole to reach through, this little hole to reach through. I've got it cleaned up a lot now. I took these hoses off the AC unit. And it didn't have any Freon in it anyway. I'll show you what happened. I got most of these wires and everything unplugged, and I got the wiring harness pulled up out of the way. But look where the starter is. Can you see it? Way back there behind all this stuff. This is a heater hose. It's rigid. It don't move. And I'll tell you another thing. I didn't take the hot wire off the starter. I don't think there was even a bolt on it. I don't see how it was starting up. It must have just been wedged in there, you know. I've never in all my born damn days seen nothing like it. Get you guys back on the tripod. Turn this light off. There we go. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys. Y'all see where that cap is right there? That black cap right past the radiator. Let me flip this thing around. That cap right there. Well, underneath that cap, there's a valve. Which you guys know, usually it looks like a valve for a, you know, they used to look like a valve stem for a tire. Well, that doesn't look like it. It just looks flat in there. And they wear out. And there's, I tried to fill it with Freon. Which, you know, when I put 2 cans, I charged it, but I put dye in it, and I took my hoses off. You could see where it all came right back out. But then that's why I want to take that off the AC compressor itself too. I want to replace the seals on these, which I've got already. I ordered a kit a while back, and it came with a bunch of seals and new cores, the tools that you need to take the cores out and all that, because for some reason, man, on these ACs, those things are tight. Just in case one of those were leaking, I put dye in it, and I don't know if it was just from where I took the hose off over there. I took this one off. I don't know if it was from that or if it was leaking there, which I could see how it would be, the way this hose gets like I said, Randall pulled the motor out of it and put it one back in it. So, you know, I could see how it'd get, moved around or, pinched. Maybe he took it off too, You got to replace them seals, man. You take it apart, you might as well just go on and put new seals in it. Well, anyway, I've got the transmission and the motor mount on this side to take off, to debolt, and I believe, oh, and I got these two heater hoses to disconnect, and I believe she'll be ready to come on out. Oh, the exhaust too, huh? God, can't forget the exhaust. Hell, what have I been doing? I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been over there struggling with that shit. Oh, my born days. You would think instead of having it all in a flat line like that, like that coming up through there, maybe they could have bunched it up, in a round way, and then when they come up, spread them out a little bit. Maybe I should be an engineer. Hell, that's a lot better than what they had. Because I don't know, man. Just changing, if the starter goes out on this thing, you're tearing all that stuff back apart all over again just to get to a starter. It's wacky. All right, break's over. If you guys be so kind of hold what you got, I'm gonna go under here and see if I can't get this transmission debolted. All right, hold still. All right, got the training debolted, and I've sprayed down the bolts for the exhaust. I got that, and motor mount, and then the two heater hoses, and drain the radiator. She should be ready to come out. And I, of course, double check everything, make sure I didn't forget or miss anything. Thank God the starter, it's got a bolt coming from the block to the transmission, but thank God that bolt right there doesn't go into the transmission bell housing. It bolts into the block itself. The bottom one goes from the bell housing towards the motor, because really, I don't know why they didn't just put another ear on the transmission and have them both go. It'd be make that starter 100 times easier to take out. I'm gonna have to see if there's a video on YouTube on taking them starters out. That is the only thing I could think of would be to maybe, and I haven't looked, but maybe pull the AC out of the way and just get a long extension and go through that way. I don't know. I haven't been able to even see the bolt, to be honest with you. I don't even know where it's at. It's just such a rat's nest. Maybe it's just the way he put it back together and it's not as bad, but, maybe the way he routed things, because I know he didn't have the dipstick in all the way. Which caused it to crack. So I had to take it out and JB weld it, but I never could get it back in all the way. I just hope the motor's not trashed, because if it is, trying to find one of these goofy ass motors Be better off just putting the LS in it. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Anybody that sees this video. What do you think's going to go on with the EPA? You know how they're all busting everybody for their, is GM going to be able, GM, Ford, and Dodge, and everybody going to be able to build motors without all the junk in them? And are people going to be able to delete the DEF and the EGRs of their diesels? Because it's a nightmare how much it costs those people to clean their exhausts out. To clean the EGR system, they spray this foam in there and it goes through and it comes out, it's super black. And people that don't do maintenance on it, spend the hundreds it costs to do the maintenance on time. They pull theirs, when they finally blow the rings out of it, how bad those engines are just choked. Clogged full of soot. EPA is out of control, man. Government, period, was out of control. See, Trump, man. Trump throwing them motherfuckers out on their asses. That's what I like to see. They deserve it too. Bunch of bums. Just what they did to those people from January 6th, man. The way they just frickin' rolled up 4 or 5 cars deep, man, out on the street and snatched them up and took them away without telling anybody anything. And the ATF, some of them guys need to be charged with murder, and whoever frickin' signed those warrants, whoever applied for those warrants, they all need to go to prison. I forget that guy, his name escapes me, but they come in pre-dawn, busting his door down. And all he did was, he traded, he was a collector. And he sold a few, he bought a few. Man, they acted like he was selling to the cartels and shit. Come busting his door down. He come out there, with his sidearm. Well, they blew him away. He didn't even know who they were. That's bullshit right there, man. That's bullshit. You're laying in your bed asleep. Next thing you know, your freaking door's busted down and people are coming in. Your wife's right there. You guys are a little bit older. You go to protect yourself from whoever it is you don't even know. They don't announce themselves. They act like they're after the Taliban. It's not right. Killing us in our cars, in our homes, beating us. Cops are out of control in this country. I know a lot of people are poor, well, mostly probably not on YouTube. Because if you're watching stuff on YouTube, you've already seen what I've seen. You go down the First Amendment rabbit hole, man, it changes your whole perspective on this country. How free or not. I live in a little bitty town. I don't know how many people are here, to be honest with you. Just a little town. And there'd be 6 cops deep, man. You'll pass a cruiser parked up the side of the road. Then you go up a little bit, there'd be another cop. And then you get to the other end of town, there'd be another cop. I think the days of feds, you know, sending cops, sending money to all these little towns and cities, and you know, propping up these forces is over. The way those Democrats are squirming in Washington, they tried to go to the Board of Education in Washington today, and one security guard told them, "No, you ain't getting in." They tried to go to USAID. Nah, you ain't getting in. How embarrassing. That had to be as embarrassing as when Trump canceled their trip. They were all going to Europe. Frickin' Trump said, "Nah, you ain't going to Europe." They all had to get back off the bus. Best part was watching Adam Schiff have to shuffle off the bus. That embarrassment. I guarantee you people didn't vote for that creep. Frickin' pencil neck, balloon bobblehead looking bastard. Alright, I'm gonna pause you guys. I've ranted long enough. Go ahead and drop this exhaust. I believe it'll come out no problem. It's not rusty or anything. Drop this exhaust, get this motor mount out, and I'm gonna put a jack under it, under the oil pan. See if I can get to move around a little bit. Then I'll take my little transmission jack and put it under the... I'm going to let it back down on the ground. Once I know it's all loose, I'm going to let it back down on the ground, drain the radiator, put my transmission jack underneath the tranny, and hook up the cherry picker. Wish me luck. Alright, what you got? Good morning, everybody. I guess I'm going to end this one right now, just make it a part 1. So I'll put this one out, and then we'll start another one to show where we pull the motor and tear it down. See what happens. Alright, you guys. See you in a few.